Dr. Miss Mangal ma'am has 29 years of total professional experience. She has done ME in Power System, PhD in Electrical Engineering. She was selected for leading the Leaders Program of renowned East West Center USA and was one of the 25th team members selected from 16 countries for developing peace, understanding among Asia Pacific regions. She has received around 28 plus awards, with 4 at international level. She has 3 YouTube channels and published many technical books for 4 states of Indian universities, more than 59 papers in international national journals, conference on technical topics, as well as related to improving quality education, innovation in teaching learning methodologies. At present, she is working as a senior member of IEEE. She is also working as a member of the planning committee at International for developing an online course of Indo-Universal collaborations of engineering education for engineering college teachers. Her main interest is in working for holistic development of educational institutes by coaching, counseling, organizing, facilitating workshops for multi-dimensional development of faculties, staff, and students. So welcome, Dr. Mangal ma'am. The platform is for you. You can continue, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mohit. I am very thankful to the management and director, organizing team members of Purnima Institute of Engineering and Technology. Thanks to all the members of organizing committee members also, and thanks to the participant for giving me chance to speak something related to our holistic education. So let us start. So I welcome all the participants in the 2 days workshop on Empower. See what is the title, Empower for Outcome-Based Teaching Tools, Techniques and Methodologies. So today's our first session is Planning for Outcome-Based Teaching Learning Activities. So let us say, first of all, I would like to welcome all of you in my today's first session. Let us see the content. Content I would like to cover today is introduction in this session. Introduction, which is theme of workshop. Let us understand the theme of workshop so you can understand the relevance between each and every session. Then introduction of today's first session, teaching learning activities. Then mapping of institute's vision and mission, because whatever we have to carry out any teaching activity, any learning activity, it has to be in mind with vision and institute, vision and mission of the institute. So we need to understand the meaning of that vision and mission of institutes, correlation of institute's vision mission with department's vision and mission, because we are working in department to execute some program. So we must understand the relation, then only we can chalk out all our teaching and learning activities related to the vision and mission of institute and the department. Then logical requirement for mapping process, because what is my experience is that 90% institute don't do this mapping logically, but they just do in very manually without any logic. So we need to focus how we can do this mapping in a very correct way. Then devising method of analysis for splitting PO in 3 levels, because this mapping will be only correct when we will think some logic for its analysis mapping. And unless and until we don't map our any activity with vision and mission, we cannot get the correct outcome as desired. So mapping is very, very essential. Then hints for framing course outcome. As all you are framing course outcome, it might be available on university, but we must see what are the correct ways of framing course outcome. So I will give little hints. Then we will see mapping of PO and mission, and then mapping of COPO and COPSO. Then curriculum gap, content beyond syllabus. So I will take case study of my subject. So I think you will able to understand in a better way if I will talk with my subject case study. So let us see what can be outcome after attending my session, first session. I hope that you will be able to recognize importance of outcome-based terminology. What are the some terms which are required to execute in our day-to-day teaching learning activities? You will recognize importance of each and every term. So what is curriculum gap? What is content beyond syllabus? Meaningfully, you will able to recognize importance. Then identifying activities required to increase outcome. You will identify the activities, what different activities I need to perform so that my outcome, learning outcome of students and course outcome will increase. Then you will be able to also able to establish connect between the two terms, relations, mapping between the two terms. Also, you will be able to analyze PO into distinct PO elements. This is the main thing where your ability is required. After attending this session, you will be able to analyze PO into PO distinct elements. Also, you will be able to create mapping between the two terms, mapping between the COPO, mapping between COPSO. You will be also able to find out curriculum gap very correctly and logically, and recognize the content beyond syllabus with a very correct mind, very correct scope, what can be content beyond syllabus of your course. Then also participants, you will be able to apply knowledge for forthcoming course for enhancing learning outcome. So that can be outcome. Before starting session, I always take a feedback from the participants. What are the level of my participant and what are the expectations? So I had given this Google form yesterday, 2 days before. So that I requested participant to give the choice where I can focus, and I got very little response from the participants. So I will request all the participants to just fill up this Google form. So if you'll see this, what was the demand? More focus is on mapping COPO, then OBE, then effective online teaching, COPO mapping, rubrics. So that way I have designed my session focusing on COPO mapping. So let us start with our session. First, we will like to see introduction. What can be covered in the 2 days workshop? 4 sessions are there. So workshop, if it is, you will see the title, empower. Whom empower? Empowering ourselves. And when we can empower ourselves, when we would like to implement, means first our attitude should be correct and then our ability should be there. So we can able to use various tools, techniques, methodologies so that we will be able to accomplish our duties. So first part of our workshop is outcome-based teaching learning activities. We will list, this session is focused to listing what teaching learning activities are essential so that our outcome will enhance. Then second part of the workshop is teaching tools, techniques and methodologies. In afternoon session, I will cover what are the latest tools, innovative tools, techniques and methodologies that we can adopt in our teaching. And then tomorrow's first session will be designing teaching plan and instruction delivery. Once we will understand the importance of our all teaching learning activities, we will list in today's session. Then we will see how that activities we can perform in a very wonderful, innovative, active, dynamic way in the afternoon session. And then you will be able to know various tools, techniques where we can increase, enhance. Then we can shift to the planning teaching plan. So we'll see tomorrow first session, designing teaching plan, instruction delivery. So this will be very effective way of planning our teaching plan and instruction delivery, lesson delivery. And then the last session will be portfolio. Okay, we have just listed activities. We know various tools, innovative tools, techniques. We have planned our teaching plan also. But how the students will execute our teaching plan? It's very really challenge. Today's students are very passive. So how to execute all these things from the passive learners? So I will like to give you one hint which can be called as an assessment tool, which is known as portfolio. It is recently included in the latest NBA. So if we will implement portfolio effectively, then all these things we can achieve very easily and effectively. That I want to tell you my case story, how we can use portfolio assessment tool for enhancing learning outcome. So if you'll see the teaching plan, the simple columns or simple elements of the teaching plan, as you might be doing always, department, name of faculty, class and course. So activity. So these activity will plans, your framing, mapping, because I don't know what are your teaching plan structure. My college structure is also different, but I am telling you with respect to our 4 sessions of the workshop. So you will understand the meaning of each session and outcome also. So if we'll see the activity topic, CO framing, mapping, bridging curriculum gap, learning beyond syllabus, advanced learner, slow learner, use of ICT, lifelong learning, self-learning, unit 1, unit 6, direct assessment, indirect assessment, lab work assessments, like that. So all these activities are there, and for each and every activity, what can be description or subtopic, like suppose CO framing, CO1, CO2, CO4, mapping, COPO, COPSO, bridging curriculum gap, advanced tool usage. If I am focusing on the PO fifth, or you can say advanced tool usage PO, then I will do bridging curriculum gap. But what can be my tools, techniques, methodology for performing each activity? Suppose I have framed CO1, but how I will find out CO attainment? What can be tools that you know for finding CO attainment? What tools you are using, that you know this method, but not for all other activities, self-learning, bridging curriculum gap. So my aim is we will able to do this teaching plan tomorrow, considering what activities will be there, then tools, techniques, methodology. So I am expecting from you, you will list today in this session all the activities what we are talking. So if you will find out all these activities which are important, then in afternoon we will see what can be tools, techniques, methodology, and you will list in afternoon session. So I request all of you to come with, or you sit with pen and paper, please. Because here we are saying it is a workshop. So I am expecting to do something, little things from you. So please take pen and page with you, please. Now we will do learning by doing exercise, because communication should not be only one way, from the speaker to the participant, from the teacher to the students. Interaction way or both way communications must be there. So let us do first learning by doing exercise. The participant who will give very good response in my session, during my session, there are some surprising gifts to you. Participants giving good response during the session, and participant completing the assignments after session. Different gifts are there, so be ready. So let us start learning by doing exercise 1. Be ready for next part and afternoon session also, because in every session there will be this learning by doing exercise. Every session I will give you the gift depending upon the best responses, and get the appreciation gift. Creative response. Responses should be creative. Tools, techniques you have to use. Different tools, techniques you have to use innovatively. And response should be creative. Both things are required. So be ready. So let us start the introduction of the topic, teaching learning activities. Why teaching learning activities now have become very important and gaining more and more focus and the interest. See today's situation, due to COVID-19, we all forced to adopt online technology very drastically, without giving a time, without giving warning bell. So we always we should be ready for the future challenges. And engineering education is transforming at a very fast pace. And if we won't change, then change will change us. So nowadays, educational institutes are required to undertake accreditation process also. Accreditation process focus on outcome-based educations. For outcome-based education, focus is turned from teacher-centric activities to the learner-centric activities. So we need not frame now program objectives, course objectives, but we have to focus on the course outcome. Because when we focus on the objective, it will be teacher's assessment. But when we focus on the course outcome, then our focus is on the student's outcome, learning outcome. So the change is there. Teacher should not be assessed, but students' learning should be assessed. So you know Washington Accord for accreditation and expectations of the Washington Accords and all this. If we see a teacher's multiple instruction delivery task, instruction means there is little difference between teaching and instruction. When teaching is there, only one way communication is there from the teacher to the student. And when I say instruction, both way, number of different things are there in the communication from teacher to the students. Number of activities will be there, dynamic things will be there. So therefore, instruction delivery, I am using word rather than teaching. So if we see the multiple role, then you know for framing CO, mapping PO, assessment, evaluation methods, imparting instruction, executing teaching learning process, again measuring outcome and seeing the evidences of fruitfulness, whether the outcome is okay and what things we can use to improve. So reframing our tools, techniques, methodology for enhancing the outcome and improving CO course outcome also needs to change after every year. That is what I say. PO also needs to change. Vision, mission also need to change, but time spans are different. So these are our multiple role. And if we see now NBA, I am considering NBA for the reference for the outcome, what we are expecting to do. So first criterion is vision, mission and program educational objectives of 60 marks. Second is program curriculum and teaching learning 120 marks, and outcome, course outcome and program outcome 120 marks. So if we consider teacher, our teacher duties are related to mostly criterion 2 and 3rd and little 7th, continuous improvement. But if we don't understand institute's vision and mission and the program educational objectives, we will not able to do this in a very effective way. So let us see what is there in first criterion: vision, mission, values, goals. So when we say vision, mission, values, goals, concept is there, definition is there, significance, statement formulation, process of formulation, notification, implementation is there, mapping is there, assessment, attainment, and Kaizen, continuous improvement is also there. Now, as our scope is only limited to teaching and learning, this is not accreditation workshop. So here only I am focusing on mapping and how we can increase our mapping, COPO mapping, because unless and until we don't strengthen our mapping, we will not get program outcome, course outcome at a larger level. So that is our objective, enhancing outcome. So first consider analysis of the first criterion: vision, mission statement 5 marks, statement 5 marks, then dissemination 10 marks, process for defining 25 marks, and consistency is 15 marks. So here I am going to focus consistency, what we are doing. Today I am presenting in the workshop. That is also in consistence too with my institute's vision and mission, my department's vision and mission. So everything we need to do and to be consistent with our. Second criteria, if you see bridging curriculum and teaching learning process, curriculum gap is 10 marks, content beyond syllabus is 10 marks, process for improving 25 marks, evaluation is there. So we will focus on all these, finding gap and then content beyond analysis, improving, process of improving also. And tomorrow's last session will be something related to the evaluation. So now watch this picture. See this picture, you need to answer my one question. Watch this picture. This is from my earlier presentation of our national FDP. Watch this picture where it is, you can read what is there, and two directions are there. You can see it is going upward. Attainment is going upward and development is going downward. So what is here and what this picture shows? See this picture. If you have not understood that picture, you see this picture. What is there in this picture? Values, mission, the goals, strategies, and vision. Observe it. You need to answer one question based on this picture. So what is given in this picture? Now reflections 1. You need to reflect. I'm giving you time to reflect. What was observed in the picture? Use chat box for answering. Now be quick. Use the chat box. Yes, participant, I need answer. Chat box is open. Please answer question. What you observed in the picture, participants. Hello. I am asking you to answer, participant. What you observed in those pictures? Two pictures I showed you. Whether participants are attending physically or only logins are there? Participants? Oh, there is closed loop in which Implementation. Ravi has answered. Vijay also has answered. Methodology to achieve OBE, correct? Vijay Koyal has answered, good. Ajim has answered, can we see picture again? I could not see the pictures. Oh, why? Is there any feedback link? Oh, you are worried about feedback link, Dr. Suman? Why to give feedback if you are not attended lecture also? Why you are worried about feedback? Everything is related to with vision and mission of institute. Good. Very good. Net issue here, ma'am. Okay. It gives overall picture of OB. Okay, I will not spend time. Okay, I got a few response. Just see what is there in the picture. Okay. It gives overall picture of OBE. But that don't I want to say. See this picture here. This is giving what? So in the picture, mapping was shown, close relationship between one term to another term. I told you downward flow, upward flow, so relationship, mapping. So I can say that the picture was about mapping. What is mapping? Graphical representation of procedure, process, structure, system that depicts arrangement and relationship amongst the different components, maybe flow, energy flow, goods, information, materials, money, personal. So it was mapping. Mapping means close relationship between the two terms, how the terms are connected. Now see, this you can understand very well. So if we see vision and mission of the institute, then this can be vision and mission of the civil department, mechanical department of Purnima Institute. This can be of electrical department, and where every term belongs. So departmental PEO, program educational outcome, objectives, program educational objectives, then program outcomes, program specific outcomes, and then CO. So this picture depicts the relationship between vision and mission of institute, vision and mission of department, between COPO, between COPSO, and between PO and POs, and between PO and mission. So that is mapping. So here exactly all this mapping we need to do. When I am framing course outcome, these are my course outcome, these are coordinators course outcome, these are participants course outcome. So when we see all the courses, then course outcomes we need to frame considering all 12 POs. And I am telling you, if you will keep all the 12 POs in my mind, every activity of us becomes very fruitful. Every activity's outcome increases if it goes in our head. So heart of our performance and students' performance depends upon these 12 POs. So we need to map. Need to map means what? We have to keep this in mind, and then we have to do everything here. And not only we have to see PO, but PO also, because PO has to map with PO. Mission of institute, mission of department, vision of department, all we have to consider while doing all our teaching learning activities. So now reflections 2, LBD means learning by doing. Now go to menti.com, participant, be quick, go to menti.com and use this password, code number 258297. And just answer there whether your institute's vision maps with vision, means whose vision? Institute's mission maps with institute's vision. Already I told you that you have to keep your vision, mission documents with you, then only you can understand very well. Instead of attending only for the sake of certificate, I will request you attend something significantly. So whether institutes and departments vision are consistent, yes or no, please answer. Go to menti.com. I just want to make you active. And how the students learn? Students will learn only with the interactions. So go to menti.com. Yes, I want responses. Oh, 3 got it. Good, very good. So whether institutes and department missions are consistent, only 3 could answer. Go to menti.com. Go to menti.com. Okay, no. 2 are answered. No. 4 are answered. Yes. Very good. So there should be little takeaway from this session. Even if you will be able to tell me no, I think you have understood what I want to say. Because 90% they will not map. Institute's vision mission, my experience is that they will not map. Okay. So 6 has answered yes, 2 has answered no. How many participants are there? 79. Please go menti.com. See, I am using different tools and techniques side by side. You write down on paper what tools I am using, what techniques I am using, so that you will win my gifts. I am giving you hint. You have taken page and pen. You just simultaneously go on listing different activities today's session, and then afternoon session we will use different tools and techniques. So you can list my today's tools and techniques which I am using. Suppose I use reflections, I use learning by doing exercise, then tool I use chat box, then now I am using toolbox tool menti.com. So you just go on listening, because again afternoon sessions I am mapping with my present session. Mapping has to be there. So please mention somewhere else tools which I am using, techniques which I am using. So 10 has given answer. Now next question. Whether institutes and department vision are consistent. Whether your institute's vision and department's vision are consistent. If you don't recall, don't answer blankly. You can see on your mobile, go to your website and check it. Institute's vision and department's vision, whether they are consistent. One has answered no. Please think on. Okay. Seven versus no. Okay, response you are giving. One has answered no. Now let us think again. Institute's vision and missions map, whether institute's department visions are consistent. What do you mean by vision and what is your vision? Now just only do for you. What is your vision? Suppose my vision is to build a very beautiful farmhouse is my vision. Try to understand what is mapping and what is consistency. And then you will check very correctly these mapping and consistency questions. So my vision right now is to build a beautiful farmhouse. What is your vision? What is the vision? Vision is dream, ambition, goal, target, objective, aim, desire or want. Just now my aim is to have a beautiful farmhouse. What is your vision? You write down on paper. Now learning by doing exercise 3, write down your mission steps. Write down your vision, might be very little which is in your mind, your dream, your aim, or might be just say that attending session, getting certificate, any small vision you can put on paper. And now you just write down 2-3 steps of mission, how you can get your vision. Now no chat box, no mentimeter.com. Your voice only should reach to me. And we will not unmute you also, because we will not able to know who is answering, who want to answer. You just write down on your paper, mission steps on your paper for your just latest vision. Write down mission steps and give me response in picture form. Picture form is allowed, voice form is allowed, video is allowed. Now by that time, I will tell you my mission for my vision of beautiful farmhouse. Mission can be, my mission I have written to create a finance, because unless and until I don't have finance, how I will get beautiful farmhouse? So first finance should be there. Then I must possess a beautiful land. If I will get land, then only question is building farmhouse. Without land, and that is also beautiful land, how vision will be successful? Oh, I have land, but not the beautiful. How the farmhouse will be beautiful? And then my mission is to construct a home, and that home should be beautiful. Then only I will have beautiful house, not farmhouse. If I want farmhouse, then I must create garden farm surrounding. So my mission for vision of beautiful farmhouse are, first sequence is very important. Can I create garden immediately without land? At least I must have land. Okay, finance you can just keep aside, but land should be there. So sequence is very important. If I have finance, then I can have beautiful land. Is there any chance that I will have land automatically without my finance? Yes or no? Sequence can be changed or no? Think it. So how it is very important in writing the steps of mission, maintaining the sequence. If I want to go to Delhi, I should not say go to Bombay. This path should be very correct according to our drive, or you will say my aeroplane goes from Bombay. But what time it will take, what will be fare, direct path might be available. So that way we have to think. So mission has to be in consistence with our vision. No, forget goals. I will not take goals. So this was my vision before 3 years to have a beautiful farmhouse. So purchase land first. Finance was there with me already because I have worked 29 years. Just we purchase land. Building farmhouse, building, planting can go hand in hand with the construction. Some parallel steps are there. We have to think, and parallel steps are there, and now this was built up. So this is my farmhouse. Just today my vision is fulfilled, and I do take workshop on manifesting our goals. See, this is just to eat and lunch. So you can see this, it's a very beautiful farmhouse which was fulfilled within 1 year. So if I won't focus on a fail to have any mission, if I will fail to create finance, then what can happen? If I will not possess beautiful land, if construction is not there, beautiful construction, garden, or I can say my mission steps to my vision. Beautiful farmhouse is my vision, and I will say my mission to become a recognized excellent teacher, to become a well-known gardener. Because we usually write down mission steps by looking at the website, taking glorious sentence and just put it on the paper, and without considering the sequence, meaning of mission. So I will say, recognize excellent teacher. Oh, you can answer. This should be first step. If you will become excellent teacher, then only you can get finance. And somebody can say, no, you must become well-known gardener. Then only you can create beautiful garden. No, is there that I must become gardener? I will I will purchase gardener, but I must know the know-how of the information about the gardener. So that way, again, now I will ask you, repeat reflection 2 and learning by doing exercise to repeat it. No, I will not spend time. You think it and again answer same question. And if your answer had changed from yes to no, you do talk with me, because then I can say that you have learned something from my today's session. And that is also enough. So you do change that, you do tell me that you change your answer. So assignment number 1, you can think whether institute's vision and missions are consistent. Yes. If no, then what can be done? What can be sequence of statements? Map, justify consistency of institute's vision and mission. Please do this exercise. Your management, your teachers or your administrators will be happy. So I will not talk on the assignment. What NBA says 60 marks are there and they are on the consistency. They are focusing, they want to focus and justify consistency. And unfortunately, We don't focus on the consistency, that I want to say. Now see, next is establishing consistency of PO with mission. I demonstrated you with vision and mission. You check with PO and mission also, because 15 marks are there for mapping. And how we do this mapping? The colleges who have accredited, you tell me how you did this mapping. You just put the 1, 2, 3, that's all. You just put slight, moderate, substantial. If any logic you have used, that also you tell me. So I want to focus just the correct way, because everything we are doing, but how logically we can do in correct way. So when you are mapping this for 15 marks, don't put 1, 2, 3 blankly, manually, arbitrarily. Have some logic to that. Mapping of PO with vision. So every mission statements we have to map with PO. So this way we have to map mission 1, mission 2, mission 3 with our program educational objectives. Now how to analyze 1, 2, 3 mapping? Reflections 3. Now I will not tell you unmute. How to analyze 1, 2, 3. When we put 1, why 1? When we put 2, why 2? When we put 3, why 3? So let us see now mapping of PO, CO with PO and PSO. Or curriculum gap is also asked. Mapping of curriculum gap. Because how we can find out curriculum gap? We need to map our CO first with PO and PSO, and then we need to find out curriculum gap. So here also it is asked in NBA to find out curriculum gap, action taken, resource person, and all this. So for finding curriculum gap, it is required first to execute CO PSO mapping. Now it is also done wrong way, or not appropriate way, I can say. So let us see how it can be done appropriately or meaningfully. So for finding curriculum gap, we have to do first CO PO PSO mapping. So for my course, I will map my all COs with 12 POs. Now, you know, as a teacher, we get difficulty in the mapping, because our course outcomes map with first 3 or maximum 4 POs, and rest of the POs are not mapped. And then we say that I must map, some concepts are there, every CO should be mapped with all PO. Some concepts are there, no, these are not mapped, forget about it, and don't do mapping. My dear participant, only one fact I want to tell you, that why the accreditation company, these agencies focus on these POs. It is the heart of education, because these POs are students' requirement. Our students are not able to work in the industry. This is industrial demand. And if we won't focus fulfilling this demand, then how our final product will be absorbed by the world, professional world. So if we need to focus, then we that they should be absorbed well in the industry. We need to focus to have all these POs in our teaching. So please don't think that course teaching is related to only theoretical thing. That is very, very orthodox thinking. And therefore, this is important. I have to focus not on theoretical aspects, but I have to consider on all the dimensions. So all these POs are based on knowledge-based, skill-based, and behavior, attitude, values of the students also. And these are all related to society, sustainability, safety, human values, and this. So as a teacher, I must inculcate all these skills in my students from the course teaching, not through the curricular activities and all this. Everything has to accomplish through course teaching only. Elements of PO and CO connect. So to formulate CO, it is important to understand various dimensions of each PO. And if only you will understand this today from the session, definitely your outcome will change automatically. Nothing is required if you understand PO and meaning of PO very well. So let us see how to frame CO. This is not a scope of today's topic, because it is based on some different aspects. Still, I will tell you. For course outcome, concept, definition, significance, state formulation is there. If you want to frame COs, then it should be students focus, learning central, reflecting objectives, more specific, measurable, reciprocators of course objectives, outcome we are talking. So all these outcomes attributes you can just remember. Only simple thing you remember, my course outcome should be based on skills, what my student able to do, not the learn, do with hand. Now you are doing exercise with pen and pencil. You are opening menti.com. You are using hand, not only head, you are using hand only. So skills, knowledge always we focus. We are excellent teachers. We are you very effective teachers. We focus on knowledge. Skills, unfortunately, no. Just now, Indian education has started focusing on skills. So that is half dimension is now in the picture. Behavior, not at all. Means for higher education, I am talking. So three questions we need to answer. What knowledge should students possess? What should be able to do? Students should be able to do. And what skills should they demonstrate? So three questions we have to remember. So you might be knowing different domains you have to remember. Cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. Cognitive domain means what will the students completing this course know, knowing, knowledge. Psychomotors means what will be the students completing this course will be able to do. And what will the students completing this course care, value about. So in simple way, I can say hand, not hand. This is knowledge, head, hand, and heart. So Bloom's taxonomy, it is said that we must use Bloom's taxonomy and see the brochure flyer of the workshop. I just saw the flyer of workshop and then I thought I must include something about the Bloom's taxonomy. It was not the scope of my workshop to talk on Bloom's taxonomy or CO framing because we are focusing on more teaching learning. But it is base of teaching learning, Bloom's taxonomy. So I do thought as brochure pictures are there, I will take little bit at least on the in my workshop or in my session. But Bloom's taxonomy is very old, unfortunately. So I will like to tell, don't refer Bloom's taxonomy, but at least refer Anderson taxonomy. So there are 6 levels. First, you can say lower level is knowledge, just you can say learn and just say, if I'm telling you something, just you mug up and tell me, that is knowledge. Comprehension means something higher dimension. What I am telling you, just elaborate that, you put your thoughts in that, you just restructure and then present, comprehend and apply. Whatever I am telling you, you will apply. So I am telling you activities, I am telling you tools and techniques, you apply in your teaching. So that is application. Third level, higher level. I taught you all these tools and techniques and you are implementing yourself. Then analysis, you will be able to analyze, select the tools, techniques properly, you will synthesize and you will evaluate it also. So these are the 6 levels and verbs are there. While framing course outcome, we need to use verb, proper verb depending upon our learning levels. So that was the importance of Bloom's taxonomy. But Anderson taxonomy, we have to refer. Only little change is there and you just try to absorb that change because next question is based on the change. Again, I will show you Bloom's taxonomy because again you will request me show it again. In Bloom's taxonomy, forget the verbs because they will take at least 1 or 2 sessions to talk on that. Bloom's taxonomy itself, I can take 1 session. And now see only levels. First level knowledge, comprehension, application. Then fourth is analysis, fifth is synthesis, and sixth is evaluation. Now you will tell me difference between Bloom's and Anderson. So Anderson is only the student of Bloom's, so he revised Bloom's taxonomy little bit. First is remember, not the knowledge. Second is understand. Third is apply. Fourth is analyze. Fifth is evaluate and create. So what was the difference between Bloom's taxonomy and Anderson taxonomy? Can you give me a response in the chat box so that I will come to know how you are attending my session and also how much you know about this Bloom's and Anderson taxonomy, please. Participant, just tell me difference between Bloom's and Anderson. Let me see how many are attending attentively. 76 are there. Synthesis is moved up very well. Mr. Ravi Kumar has answered good. Please repeat taxonomy. I cannot repeat it. I can talk you personally. You can call me. I will explain. But at least I could include this PPT. Because our objectives are different. I must finish up to 12:30. We have next session coming up. I have also scheduled for in between 1 hour different meeting is there. Ma'am, please repeat taxonomy. If you are interested in taxonomy, I can take, but synthesis is mode up only one. Create is given to hot. Create is given to hot. Oh, very nice. Create is given to the highest level. Good, very good. Ajim Sutar, Mr. Ajim Sutar, thank you. Then Vijay Koyal has also answered. Last stage is create in Anderson. Very good. Only snapshot, ma'am. Okay, I am giving you this slideshow. Not slideshow, just PPT. See again. See this Bloom's taxonomy, Anderson taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy, advanced Bloom's taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy. Just I have shown you the snapshot. Yes, now chat box. Only one answer is there now in chat box. In case of creativity, Anderson is more detailed. Mr. Surya is saying Anderson is more detailed. No, details are same. You cannot say detailed because all 6 levels are there. Detail means what? In case of creativity. Raghavamma has said in case of creativity. Rakesh Kumar is saying yes, ma'am, means what? Low levels are similar, okay. But these are in more detail, ma'am. Okay. We need to talk detail means what? Okay. Only one major difference I want. Forget about the levels. I'm giving you hint. Forget about the levels. The main difference. Main difference. More emphasis is given to creativity. Yes, it is there, but what I am talking, forget about level. Just notice different main focus, main difference. But these are more in detail, more emphasis, reduce in levels, hot and lot. HOT and LOT means Bloom is a teacher centric, but Anderson student centric. How you can say teacher centric and Anderson? Cognitive level, all are on cognitive. This I am showing you of cognitive levels only. All are cognitive levels only. I have not gone to the higher level. I will tell you, just I will touch to that level. Application is indifferent. No. See again I am showing you again main difference. Forget about the level. See now this PPT is Bloom's taxonomy, knowledge comprehension, application, then analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and Bloom's advanced means Anderson taxonomy. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. Yes, now difference. Main difference. Anderson taxonomy is outcome based. Everything is for outcome based. No, levels are mentioned. And oh, Puneet Segal, assistant. What? I don't need attendance. Mr. Puneet, don't be hurry in attendance. Nobody is asking you attendance. Hemlata, Anderson taxonomy is outcome. Verbs are specified in Anderson. Yes, if you see verbs are specified and just differences instead of analysis, analyze. So what is the difference? Where are we? Bloom's is for 1956 and Anderson is for 2001 and we are now in 2020. And we here don't use Bloom's taxonomy, and we say use Bloom's taxonomy means we want to go in the 19th century. So I say no, don't use word Bloom's, at least say Anderson or advanced Bloom's. So these change are there. So evaluation has become evaluate, synthesis has become create, and see the verb, analysis, analyze, application, apply, comprehension, understand, knowledge, and remember. So noun has become verb. This is the biggest change. Okay. So that was the change. Now you said cognitive level. That was for cognitive level. So three simple techniques, if you will remember, if you will see, the three domains are there. When we say cognitive means just knowledge, just information flow from one to another at these 6 levels. Remember, I told you, whatever I'm telling you will tell me. Same way, mugging way, remembering. Understand, you will explain, you will add something. You will apply tools, techniques in your teaching, apply. You will analyze tools, techniques different. You will be able to select properly, you will to implement, and you will evaluate your performance of using tools, techniques, and you will create your own technique, your own tools. Just like I created my video, many have given me requests for video making. I will try to complete that video making session also in tomorrow's session. So that way creating, you will be able to create your own video. So creating levels, all just whatever I am telling you will implement, use and create, synthesis, but that was only knowledge level. But psychomotor domain is also required. That is another domain, second domain. So psychomotor domain also levels are there, and affective domains are also there. So only remember, whatever you want to teach in your course, not only theoretical things, but psychomotor also and affective also. So remember cognitive, affective, psychomotor, three simple word I am using: brain, head, affective, heart, and psychomotor, hand. So always focus on teaching in the class using 3H technique. So 3H techniques is cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Okay. So I'm giving you a hint that cognitive level, affective level, psychomotor level. Okay. So this cognitive means head, affective means heart, psychomotor means hand. And I do focus on in my every session, in my every lecture to use this. So head you are already using. Heart I just kept Google Sheet before my session just to have heart-to-heart connection. And only 18 gave me, 18 join my WhatsApp group. I have created speaker WhatsApp group just to have communications related to this workshop, your interest, your just discussions. I have created, but only 18 added in that WhatsApp group, and only 35 could fill up the Google form because there was confusion in you. What is the second things? Why the second link has given by organizer? Why the second Google form? Because that is not conventional way, only for heart-to-heart connection. Because my objective is not only conducting this session, my objective, we should move hand in hand together for lifelong, for all our teaching, holistic teaching. So create something impactful. That is always my objective. So always I keep focus on this affective domain also with my students also. Psychomotor, hand, you are using hand also in my today's session. So how to formulate CO with PO connect. I will give a little hint: head, hand, hair, heart. I told you. Second hint I am giving, you classify 12 POs into 4 classes or 3 classes. Your way, don't use my way. This is from my paper journal on AICT journal. But you do your way. You see your logic. Just classify 12 POs into 2-3 classes. Then you will be able to teach very effectively. Your outcome will be enhanced. So understanding mapping of CO and PO. If we consider first PO, it is apply and all related to technical knowledge, theoretical knowledge, all this. Second is analysis level. Analysis level is from knowledge to the analysis. So higher level of the cognitive domain and using all this. Okay. So when I map my CO1 with PO1, when I had to put 1, when I had to put 2, when I had to put 3. So for that, I must understand this PO1. So I will tell you, if there is one CO that my students will be able to describe. Suppose I am taking a lamp. I am taking lamps. Lamp is the unit, and I am taking in that course various lamps. Fluorescent lamps, incandescent lamp, LED lamps, because all branch teachers can understand that simple way. So I always prefer to take that lamp. So when I am having unit of lamp, and forget that that is not unit, that is the content of my syllabus, because I never frame CO unit wise. Unit wise CO is correct way, but that needs to classify every CO into 4-5 learning outcomes. And why to do complications? So I don't frame CO unit wise. So in my course, there is a lamp, various lamps we are studying, and I have framed my CO1 that my students will be able, after completing the course, students will be able to describe construction and the operation of lamps. Very first level, I will tell them, they will mug up and they will tell. So first level of knowledge base. So that is my CO, and that CO1 I want to frame with my this PO1. So when I will put 1, is there any lamp here? See, mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals. I will say science is there, but at level 1, because not much science is there. Then I can think to put 2 or 3. There should be logic. So how I will think? Whether my CO1 requires mathematics, whether that lamp chapter or lamp content is having examples. Oh, students required to solve solutions using mathematics and engineering fundamental basics also, resistors and that resistors elements, design of the lamp and illumination and what can be efficiency. Oh, engineering fundamental is also there, science is also there, and mathematics is also there. Then I can say 3. So I must define here my level. My level 1 is only when that CO1 will require mathematics knowledge. Only problems are there. My level is 2 when my lamp chapter or lamp content requires mathematics and science also, both. And my level of mapping is 3 because these topics on the lamps requires mathematics, science and engineering fundamentals, complex problems students need to solve on the lamp. So I have put up 3. So that is my justification. You can think in a different way. I don't say it is only correct. You think your way, but put some logic, that I want to say. So for all POs, we need to classify PO into PO elements. So if I am saying PO3, then PO3 should be PO3.1, PO3.2, PO3.3. PO3.1 will be level 1. PO3.2 will be level 2. So how I can divide it? See, it is design solution, complex engineering problems, design system, safety, cultural, societal, environmental consideration. So I will put level 1 because this is designing, that content required designing and complex problem, and also they will meet need from the safety aspects. So level 1. I will say no, the problems and my students are able to design for safety cultural aspects also, because I have taken that in depth. Might be our course is not up to that depth. It is not necessary that we have to refer always say course and we will say no, course is not up to that level. We can say bridging curriculum gap, that cultural was not there and I have penetrated depth of designing to cultural issues, societal issues also. So that can be my bridging curriculum gap. That can be my content beyond syllabus, because I want to jump from level 1 to level 2. So here I will define my students are able to design considering need of society's health, safety, culture. And if it is environmental and all complexities also high, then I can put level 3. Or somebody can just say in a very simple way that level of problems designing is level 1, very simple problems are there. So level 1, and complexity is moderate, level 2, complexity is higher, level 3. So that way you can compare. So you have to divide. Now modern tool you say, see, Modern tool uses, it is not for me as a teacher of the subject. I am not able to use advanced technology, Zoom login and Zoom online tool, and I am taking online lectures. No, it's not my ability. It's for students' ability. How my students are able to use modern tool usage. Now, how I will split this PO5 into 1, 2, 3? I will say that my students are able to apply or select or create. I have made these green words, means I will classify based on this. So I can say that suppose I want to have virtual lab, and I want to make my students learn this virtual lab. Then I will tell you where whatever virtual lab tools are available, and my students will be able to select and also use that virtual lab. So only selection that which they can select and they will not do, I can put level 1. If they are able to select and also apply virtual lab, learn that virtual experiments, selecting and using that virtual lab, I will say mapping level is 2. And when my students will create own virtual lab, then I will say that level 3. So I'm going to show all my case studies, how I did all these maps and how my students created virtual videos also, and fantastic job they are doing and they have done in lockdown. So that will come up slowly. So this way we can split up all POs into 3 levels. Depending upon your wish, depending upon your department, sit together and decide your level. That should not be per faculty different. It can be same for all department because it is program outcome. And why program outcomes are same for all the branches? So you can think all these classifications same for institute level also, because POs are same for all the branches. So we can say, but actually it can be different depending upon the program content. Level classification can be different, but you can keep same. So that is this mapping we have discussed how we can do it very logically way. So CO1, if I am mapping with PO1, it can be 3, 2. If it is not mapping at all, then dash. So this table we need to correct logically. And also COPSO, same logic. For vision and PO also same logic. Just justify 1, 2, 3. So here PSO mapping with CO is very weak because see, they are special, means program specific outcome. Now what can be program specific outcome? Out of 12 PO where department want to focus, out of 12 POs, suppose my department has focus on advanced tool usage, that can be my PSO, my departmental PSO. So that way difference is there. So tools and techniques for strengthening mapping. What can be tools and techniques to strengthen mapping? Because my CO mapping with PO should be higher and higher. Per annum, it should change. If I am taking subject 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 10 time, mapping should go at a higher level. Always it should change. CO should also change. That means I am changing, I am achieving. If I won't change my mapping, I won't change my CO also, then I can say that I am not growing and I am not making any updation. That is the meaning of this. So how we can strengthen our mapping? Because if we strengthen our mapping, then only our outcome will enhance. So do exercises and its effective monitoring. What are exercises, assignments I have written here? Actually, we are not going to take, but in our hands-on workshop, we do take these exercises and effective monitoring. Keep records of term work, doing exercises, analyze Kaizen, means always we have to see how we have mapped, where we shortfall, why we shortfall, and then we can do that. So exercises, plan for mapping, I am skipping. We are not doing that. Role of mapping in attainment, planning outcome. Now let us see outcome based instruction plan, because tomorrow we have to plan our teaching plan. So first activity required curriculum gap. So that is also misunderstood by many. So I want to tell what is curriculum gap. For program curriculum, second criteria is program curriculum and teaching learning process. And for program curriculum, 20 marks are there. In that curriculum gap is 10 marks and content beyond syllabus is 10 marks. And for teaching learning process, improving quality, 25 marks. Evaluation 20, project quality. So we are focusing on this and some assessment tool. So requirement as per NBIC, identified curriculum gaps, you have to state the process. Means I told you it is not Mangal Dhains that she found out curriculum gap and she found out content beyond syllabus. It is some another way, some specified process is to be set and followed. So program curriculum, it is process we need to specify, that is also having 10 marks. So we will not talk of this process as it is not a workshop on accreditation. That is not our only one role. So curriculum gap analysis process should be between PO, POs and university curriculum. Some university have given CO. So we need not frame. It doesn't mean that we will not frame. Even if university has given CO, you can change because you are teaching. So your course outcome, you can set it different way. Now try to understand curriculum gap concept, because curriculum gap you need to find out at subject level also and department level also. It doesn't mean that curriculum gap is for subject only. No, curriculum gap is very huge. It has to be given very large scopes in the terms of value added courses. So at department level, gap should be very in higher depth and higher breadth. But to find out departmental curriculum gap, I must find out for the subject level. But unfortunately, many colleges just find out curriculum gap at the subject level. So curriculum gap, how you can find out? You just see your course, map with your POs and then find out where mapping is weak. Then all course of the department you classify into different classes, like project related courses, then core subjects, humanities and science courses, programming courses, and just check the mapping. Write down here which POs and PSOs are mapped or which are not mapped or which are weakly mapped. Just do this analysis considering group of COs or just models, model type also you can see. So curriculum gap, if you see curricular gap analysis, what is university curriculum and what industry needs. So that is the gap. So here we'll see whether video sound.
Design their own curriculum.
Whether sound
The
is
process
coming.
used to identify extent of compliance
Whether
of
sound
university
is coming.
curriculum for attaining the PO
Organizer, whether
Yes,
sound
yes,
is
ma'am.
coming. Yes, okay.
and
So
the
watch it,
PSOs is
curriculum gap.
discussed here. The steps are identify course is discussed here. The steps are identify course outcomes for each subject if not already identified. Map each course outcome with POs and PSOs. Map COs with POs and PSOs for all courses. Categorize the entire curriculum into professional core courses, science and humanities, programming, interdisciplinary, projects, laboratory, experiments. If any POs, PSOs are addressed in common by all the electives, record them. Examine the strength of mappings to the POs and PSOs. Identify weakly addressed POs and PSOs. This is the gap.
So you have understood what is curriculum gap. So you can say that curriculum gap is the gap between all POs and our curriculum in simple way. And if your institute is affiliated to university, then you can find out gap. If your university is autonomous college and this, then you cannot do that. You can just see in syllabus revision because it is in your own hand. So that is only for the affiliated colleges. So you can just find out the gap or the levels also. As I told, your mapping of CO is up to level 1. You can think that I want to go to level 2 because these are industrial needs, and then that can be curriculum gap. So process has to define now that curriculum gap. Again, I am revising in a simple way. Identify course outcome for every courses. then map COs with POs and PSO, then categorize of all departmental COs courses into 2-3 classes, then just see class-wise mapping and address weekly map POs and PSO, and that you can see your departmental curriculum gap. So start from course, but see from the department level. But generally only curriculum gap is ended here only. We have to go to this level. So gap analysis process also we have to define it, and in that gap analysis, after finding at department level, we need to take feedback from industry, alumni, all the stakeholders, national, international universities, then also government agencies, universities, all this stakeholders input should be there. Then only we can finalize gap and even content beyond syllabus. Because once we will find out gap, that can be little part, we can call it as a content beyond syllabus. So first find gap and then decide content beyond syllabus. So here I have defined this process in a very simple way. Course teacher will do. First we'll have training workshop, like today you are attending workshop. So these workshops are required to carry out to have the correct meaning of gap and content beyond syllabus. After doing that, course level gap, find out gap, and then model discussion. Here I said model instead of classes of the courses, because power system model, control system model, like that, find out the mapping at model level. Then have departmental meetings, find out a week map PO and PSO, then call other departments also, check, just try to take their vision, all HODs, directors, and then management is not involved, technical things are there. So you can involve experts from industry and principals view and also other stakeholders, and then you can finalize. So this is the way we do in our workshop. Just all teachers will sit together, discuss, present, and then all these views we will have to clarify and then finalize the gap. So present it, what you will do, present it, have the views from others, and then you can finalize. So that way we work out in physical workshop. So planning content beyond syllabus also in that way. So how content beyond syllabus will be formed? Consider course level at department level. Again, map COPO. Academic committee will do the work here. Departmental academic committee, and syllabus reviewing, it should be given. Means whatever you will find out content beyond syllabus, you take BOS studies input also, and what you will find out, you again give them to also. So it is a cyclic process. So simple case study I would like to tell you. Because you will not get clarified. So see, earlier it was my course of the material science, second year level. Last year, course outcomes in the defined syllabus by university were like this: classify and apply, understand various and different. So this way we revived, this year we revived this second year course, and I just gave the input to our BOS that we have to do verbs. So we need to come to one verb because it will be complexity in attending levels, attainment calculations, various different words are there that are not there, that should not be there, because I am also learning, because I attended SWAYAM course, NPTEL courses on UG accreditation, PG accreditation. So I also could know that various different words should not be there. So I gave this all the suggestions to my BOS. Now it had changed in the syllabus. So now you can see this how I had a defined course outcome. I had defined for my level also, even if it were in university syllabus, because I want to do my course in a different way that you will come now. So level I had defined, because I do think that verb do not give correct indication what we need. So verbs for all levels can be same, but it is only level what it gives indication up to what depth, expectation, depth and breadth I want. See, if I am saying state, question is state, or a course outcome is state, and I am putting level 1, remember, means I told and students marked and students just repeated as it is without understanding, without applying analysis, synthesizes, anything. So that way state, just state the properties, that's all. So remember, then level 2, understand. So I had divided all the content of the course into different levels, and I had not done it unit wise. Now PO1 I had divided like that. PO1 engineering knowledge and apply mathematics science. I told you PO 1.1 was only either engineering, math, science, as I told you. When I put 2, that will be 2 knowledges, means science, mathematics, or science, engineering. And when I will put 3, when all mathematics, science, engineering, I will put 3. So that I had defined program 2 also. I had defined modern tool usage. I had defined create, select, apply. So my students are able to select modern tool usage. Suppose virtual lab, which virtual lab they will use. They are able to select one level. Apply modern tool usage. They will use that virtual lab for conducting experiments, level 2, and they will able to create virtual lab or video. Just consider this is video. They will able to create video, then level 3. So that way I had defined it. And now mapping also we can put PO, we can put PO 11, not necessary we should put here, but at department level we must have this document, and then you can put the mapping. So that was the there. Now see what was the things. So review research literature, PO2 is there. So we can conduct activity based on this research and literature paper, and we can map. We should not say that where research is there in the course. I used to give one paper to the student, only one paper, basic level, second year. And I used to ask them, find out the abstract, see how paper is written, some form of assignment. And that I used to do, and I used to map that PO on research with level 1. Now it has become university part. So I'm very happy the present syllabus has included one activity on this research and this. So that was the continuous updation. Now this PSO, our departmental PSO, we had defined like that, demonstrating knowledge, and hence this was cognitive level, knowledge level. Second on the software tools, because our department thought that we must, our students must be able to use advanced tool usage, because now see lockdown period, industries are also changing and they are also judging students online technology and advanced software tool usage. Now whole trade is changed. So this we had focused, that was correct, I think. And third, exhibitors, lifelong learning and self-learning skills. So it was, it were our PSO. So all we conducted different things on all these things, PSOs. So here I told you that statement. And now teaching plan. So in teaching plan, we have just mentioned this. This is not actually teaching plan, it is our course file content. So there was bit list of curriculum gap, list of content beyond syllabus, list of student centric method. So today you must be able to write down all these, what we need to do in course file or teaching plan. So that is objective of student session. So see curriculum gap for the development of team building was there, self-learning, lifelong learning. I put curriculum gap at my subject level like this, because I want to focus on my students' self-learning and lifelong learning. Content beyond syllabus was safety aspects and the insulating materials in transformer industries, and student-centric method, think and share. Now you will come to know how I fulfill all this in tomorrow's session, afternoon session. So it was my plan, and how I accomplished that plan with assessment tools. That is the focus of the workshop. So please remember what was curriculum gap, content beyond syllabus was safety aspect, and this transformer, list of student-centric method, think and share, writing micro notes, means point students should able to generate, brainstorming, and use WhatsApp for class learning. We use WhatsApp very wonderful way. So that was the curriculum gap, content beyond syllabus. And this is my assignment. What assignment I had given? Learning 6, create level I had kept. And I'm very happy to tell you now all these things are added in syllabus now. For all these things, part B, practical hours are increased, because VOS chairman like that, and practical hours increase. That was actually university level decision, but in our subject, we could add all these activities in the part B. So that is the highest outcome I can think we could achieve. So creating level, I had mentioned that design, develop, crossword. See what was the assignment? Level 6, create. What create? Crosswords. Create stories, poems, riddles, not cultural, but technical, related to the subject. Create stories, poem, and riddles. Riddle means you know that ask something in a very creative form. Then execute game based on technical things, game in the class, role play, debate, and you will come to know how I could execute all this. Assemble and develop plans, proposals, project, prepare chart, quiz, integrate. All these were create MOOC, create ICT, create learning resources. Students should able to create. Students should able to create video, and all these are manifested. All these are manifested within 1 month. That also I will demonstrate you. So my students created video and they created learning resources and they performed the experience virtual lab. So that was kept in the plan. So that was executed. Unless and until we don't plan, we will not able to execute. So that was given in the assignment form. See the date of assignment, 28th February. Date of assignment was 15th January. And date of assignment was students could not do this in February, but they completed all these after 1 or 2 months. So time was there large. Then another assignment was there, learning level 3, apply. Carry out oral discussion. What was question for the assignment? Carry out oral discussions in a batch on any one testing experiment executed in the laboratory by applying Indian standard specifications and safety measures. So two students I asked to take one experiment, carry out oral discussion, use Indian standard, use safety measures, and carry out oral discussions for whole batch, so that all students will be able to get the oral discussions. So what outcome we will be able to achieve from today's session? I hope that you will now able to identify activities required to increase outcome. Establish connect between the two terms, between vision and mission. You will able to check the sequence, correctness, recognize the importance of mapping, because unless and until you don't map CO with PO of safety, you will not do anything related to safety. Students will not learn safety aspects. If you will not map your CO with advanced tool uses, your students will not able to use advanced tool uses. So mapping is this way very important. If you will map, then only outcome will increase, because they are program outcome, and outcome will only come through the mapping, and mapping will come only through the course teaching. So I think you will able to establish correlation between two terms. You will able to analyze PO into different classifications considering different logic. You can consider depending upon number of students also. I will tell you another logic. I forgot to tell that if I am taking activity only for 20 students out of 60, I can say that mapping level 1. If for 40, I can say 2 level. If all my 60 students are able to do that PO, then I can say level 3. So different criteria you can use for classification. Hope you will be able to create mapping now very logically, meaningful way. You will able to find out curriculum gap. You will able to recognize content beyond syllabus and apply knowledge for forthcoming course. So I request all of you to fill up the form and also submit your expectations for the forthcoming sessions. Today's I cannot change within 1 hour, but for tomorrow I can focus. Now assignment number 1 I am expecting. So assignment number 1 is list all teaching learning activities need to prepare teaching plan. Okay. So after this session, you please pen down all the activities for teaching plan. Now in afternoon session, we will see tools and techniques. Now submit your assignment in the Google form. Another Google form is kept there. I will just post it on the group, but in the group very less participant have added. So I request all of you to join speakers group. Otherwise, I can give you that Google link in the chat box. Assignment number 2 for afternoon session, prepare inventory of tools and techniques which I use in the session. Okay, so I'm giving you 5 minutes because we started late, 15 minutes. So we do conduct this Center of Excellence. I'm coordinating and our college is conducting workshops. For this session, I use references, all my journal papers from AICT, IST journal papers. And of course, I'm very thankful to NITTR, Swayam courses, 12 weeks, 8 weeks I could do. So I learned first how students learn. Learning theory, we must able to learn. If we know how person learn, then our teaching, our instruction becomes very effective and dynamic. So we must able to know how a person learn. That is very important. So learning means on teaching and learning. I did IIT course also. I forgot to mention here. IIT Powai course also 4 months I did. So that gave me wonderful opportunity to grow myself. So I would like to ask you now questions and suggestions. And thank you. So ask your questions. Please ask your question. Either you can unmute yourself or you can just ask me in chat box. I will post this Google form for assignments because I have kept appreciating gift for good assignments. Open the chat
Okay.
box and ask the question. I am now posting that link. You just have a snapshot or save it somewhere. So in this Google form, you can submit assignment. That is not compulsory. That is only just for some motivation to do something. Now ask me question. Yes, question please. You can unmute yourself. Organizer, can they unmute themselves or just you can?
हाँ ठीक है. Sorry to interrupt, but we disabled all the participants to speak out. They can post their queries in question answer box. So participants, if you want to ask any question to ma'am, you can write in question answer box. So
No questions?
no question want to ask, I think, ma'am. So we can end up the
1
session
minute,
here and we will
please
resume
show
at
your WhatsApp link. 1 minute, I am checking. Please show your WhatsApp link. WhatsApp link. No, I will tell because just now I posted link for the assignment. 1 minute, I will post link for Google form because if you want to learn something in tomorrow's session, you can tell me and I am posting that Google form link also, so that you can fill up that your Google form and just join from their WhatsApp link. 1 minute. By that time you can ask the question. Now I am posting this link for the Google form for the your Miss pre-survey. Fill up that Google form for tomorrow's session related to, you see the topic of tomorrow's session. And in that Google form, WhatsApp link is given, you can join. I could not take it. Yes, that message you could not understand because that is not a conventional way. Organize a group is there, speaker don't form a group. But I like to connect in third dimension. I can say that values, ethics, our feelings. I must care what my learners want, what they feel, what they care. I must care them. So that is my way. So nice session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Kindly post the feedback form. Feedback form, you are worrying about feedback form.
Participants, I request you all to ask the relevant queries of the session in the question and answer box. Feedback form is being released to you at the end of the workshop. So ma'am, please, can we end up this session right here?
Yes, already I have posted link. All they are asking link me again. See, I have posted link. You fill up that. Okay.
Mangal
So
ma'am, you
thank
need
you.
to do one thing. You need to
Yes.
do one thing. You are
Yes.
posting the link of the form to all panelists only. You have to select it
Oh yes, yes.
to all
Correct.
panelists and attendees.
Correct. 1 minute. But I am unable to change that option, panelist option. 1 minute. Okay, I'm posting to all. Now posted
Right.
link of Google form and you just fill up and join my WhatsApp group. And you, I have given my contact on the last slide also, first slide also. You can ask me any doubt. You can call me. Not now in 1 hour after the session, afternoon session. So, okay, thank you, organizers. And
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
thank you,
participants. Be with
participants.
us.
Now
Yes.
let us meet after 1 hour.
After 1 hour, we will meet. Please
At
join the session.
1:30.
Be on time. Thank you so much.
1:30, no?
Right, ma'am. 1:30. We are meeting at 1:30.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you all.